there's a phenomenon called financial nihilism that's growing in the younger segment, the Gen Z, younger millennials who believe that the traditional financial success, that of home ownership, some sort of retirement nest egg is impossible, pretty much because of the systemic failures. It's high cost, it's global instability. And this has led to the high risk behaviors like YOLO. You only live once. It's cryptocurrency speculation. It's impulsive spending. It's rejecting the traditional slow growth savings models. But many parents try to teach younger people, particularly when they're young children, about saving and budgeting when they first get pocket money or the first small job. But experts saying that financial literacy, it's not just about maths, it's about mindset, it's about beliefs, it's about habits, it's around the emotions around money. And here in South Africa, many young people grow up with a mixed message about money. It's the pressure to spend. It's the social media influence. It's the big aspirations like phones and sneakers and gaming consoles. Themba Skosana is a financial educator at the Foundations for Financial Freedom. Good morning, Themba. Really appreciate your time. Do we really live in a state of financial nihilism for younger people? Oh, I'm never going to retire. Oh, I'm never going to get a home which I one day will own. So you know what? I'm going to spend what I have now. Is that really the culture that you're experiencing?
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me this morning, and thank you so much for that question. And you know, I don't want to really say, hey, that is exactly what we're living in, the times we're living in, because there's absolutely still hope for us. But you know, nonetheless, that is basically the picture or the canvas that is starting to become clear. However, there is still hope. You know, sometimes we have this idea that, hey, there's a full stop somewhere, and there's no change that we can actually put in effect. But to be honest, there is actually hope for our young people, for the people that we as an organization actually work with, because we believe that it's not just about looking at the facts. You know, you're 100% correct that a lot of our young people, parents and our current South Africans, are definitely in financial despair in terms of the financial economy. But however, we as Lucha Lunako definitely do believe that our youth have it. We have this beautiful slogan that you have it, I have it, and the youth have it. And it's us really being the thought leaders in the agency of understanding that we do not want to give up on the future of our youth, which is our young people. And so, yes, there is definitely that sense that South Africans are absolutely really are under a lot of financial stress. However, we do believe that there is hope. We do believe that through courses like the Foundations for Financial Freedom really absolutely gives our young people, our youth, and whoever gets, I won't say in contact, but actually goes through this course, gives people the hope that it doesn't matter how much you're earning. It's actually all about stewardship, and it's all about how are you managing your money. Because let's be honest, there's some people that are earning 5,000 and actually get through the month, but there are people that are earning 6,000.
So how would financial literacy courses assist with the mindset? I'm sure you've heard of what's known as girl math and boy math. Girl math is, you know, if a coffee's only 35 Rand, you know it's only 35 Rand. It's basically nothing. I'll buy a coffee every day. You know what? These shoes were 50% off, so I basically saved money for buying them. What's another one? If say an outfit costs 1,000 Rand, but I wear 10 times, that's paying 100 rand to make me feel happy, and then it basically pays for itself. Those are mentality issues. Those are outlooks. Those are also nihilistic outlooks of the world. Also, if I return something for 800 rand and I get a voucher, or I use that refund to buy something for another 800 rand, I didn't spend any money. The item was basically free. Those are mindset changes.
Absolutely. That's actually an excellent question. And I want to be honest with you and firstly say that money decisions start in the mind. It is, as absolutely like you mentioned at the beginning, is that beliefs about money really shape our behavior long before budgeting, systems or structures actually do take place. And so first, money, or rather let me say this, mindset plays a huge role in financial decisions. And just as you've mentioned, all of those examples are actually so true, because a lot of young people believe that is what the world is putting in front of them, but not realizing that it's actually not about what people are purchasing, but most of our money beliefs or habits come from what we're exposed to growing up. It's not just what we've seen at home or we've learned from our parents, but it's also from our communities, our friends, our social media, and the broader environment around us. So the way people think about money, or spend it, or struggle with it, or celebrate it even, shapes really how we think about it. And so when we look at our young people, that is where we always try our best to make sure that we bring about that mindset shift. So before we even talk about budgeting, we help young people, young professionals, understand their relationship with money. Because when someone shifts their mindset from short-term survival mode to long-term thinking, that financial behavior starts really changing.
And I appreciate that. I think firstly we need to start changing a definition of or a term called generational wealth. I think we should rather be talking about generational safety nets in South Africa. Are you preparing a large enough safety net for those who come after you? But listener FM, I agree with FM here, who says if you did what you were supposed to do, you would have a car and a little house at a minimum. Now, I don't think people don't think outside the box. You cannot teach someone about compound interest who lives from paycheck to paycheck. So you have to start building the foundation in your household to say, this is the legacy that I'm leaving. I had a little safety net for those who come after. So if your parents didn't have that safety net, how are you expected to learn about safety nets?
That is very, very, very true. I think what's also important is this. A lot of our young people believe that wealth is, in a sense, inherited. Whereas, as an organization, we try to, not even try, our aim as an organization and going through our programs, that it's all about supporting our young people by integrating financial education into our graduate, programs and everything. And for us, it's all about empowerment and then letting the young person, young professional understand the following, that wealth isn't just inherited. Let's be honest, wealth can be inherited, but through our courses, we believe that we want to instill this agency that wealth can be built. And the minute we empower our young people that, hey, wealth can be built, you have it in you, and it's not about the amount that you're earning, but it's about the stewardship and the management thereof, your relationship with money, etc. So absolutely agree with you to say, well, it's a mindset shift in letting our young people understand that you can create wealth, and it's all about specific, innate, and psychological and personal pillars that one needs to understand and align. Things like, first, what is your perspective of money? Because through our course, we actually first start by identifying and meeting our young professionals where they at. Let's be honest. There's a lot that I can come to give you.
I get you. We need to start them young. Themba Skosana is a financial educator at the foundation for financial freedom. I once heard someone say, if I buy a bigger TV now, I won't need another one later. That, and also some who have said, well, if a PS5, how much does a PS5 cost now? Something like more than 5,000 rand in that. But if I use it for 5 years, then it's about 5 rand a day that I'm paying. So what would be some of your interesting girl and boy math, eh? Anzra says it's about returning something, getting the refund. It's free money. She'll spend it on what she wishes. 8 minutes to 7 o'clock.